Listen up, bowlers. Are you looking to gain the mental edge over your competition? Do you ever need that extra burst of all-natural energy during league play? Mindframe is the first all-natural supplement packed with vitamins and all-natural ingredients to keep bowlers at the top of their game. Supports muscle recovery and joint support for the day after that long tournament. You cannot continue to neglect your most important tool, your body, if you want to win. Experience the striking power of Mindframe. Visit s3direct.com. That's s3direct.com. Above180.com, taking your bowling game to the next level. Tim Berg and Joey Serrar are ready to hit the lanes, approaching the issues that you, the bowler, want to know. From the latest equipment reviews and coaching to drilling layouts. Now, from Washington, D.C. and the Bowlers Pro Shop in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, here are your hosts, Tim Berg and Joey Serrar.
In his first partial year on tour in 2008-2009, Jason Belmonte became the first two-handed bowler to win a PBA Tour event by capturing the Bowling Foundation Long Island Classic, which helped him win Rookie of the Year. Jason has 4 other top 15 finishes, including a 10th place in the PBA World Championship and averaged 219.2, which put him 14th among exempt tour players. And Jason has 7 career PBA 300 games. Jason, want to talk to you about something that happened last week on the tour that everyone saw, and we actually spoke to Brad Angelo regarding the Dick Weber Open and the incident with the bottle. I know it's behind us, and Brad has said that he let's hear what Brad says. We have about a 30-second clip that I want to play. We talked to Brad Angelo last week about this, and I just want to get your reaction to what he said and then just ask one question, have you comment on it, all right?
No problem. Well, and yeah, let me say that to defend Jason even before he comes on the air, that Jason has always been extremely nice and extremely respectful. So I guess I still have to give him the benefit of the doubt. At the end of the day, you know, it happened, and you know, sometimes you don't cry over spilled milk, but you know, deep down, I wish it didn't happen at all. You know, then we wouldn't have to have this conversation. But Jason and I are friends, and I'll be rooting for him, you know, through the rest of his career.
Well, there you have it. You heard it from Brad's mouth. So, Jason, just take this moment to tell the Above180.com listeners just your thoughts and moving forward, how things are between you and Brad.
Yeah, look, I think he basically summed it up pretty well. Brad and I, we had the chance to talk directly after the match, and he was extremely kind because when it happened, I obviously felt pretty bad, and I had to play another match after that particular round with Brad and Dino. So I was not really mentally prepared to go into the next fight feeling the way I was, and he was so awesome. He called me, and we met in the paddock, and we talked about it, and just such a really, really nice guy, because he didn't have to do that. He could have just left the bowling center and left me feeling pretty miserable about it, but we talked it through, and I explained to him exactly what happened, and I told him how awful I felt, and he said he let the emotions go a little wild on TV, and he apologized for that, and we shook hands, gave each other a hug, and that was it. And then all of a sudden kind of got blown out of proportion online, and you know, since then I've felt even worse for Brad, because I've read some of the things that people say, and it's just so horrible because none of them really know who the guy is, and they're quite willing to write very negative remarks about him, and I just felt really, really bad for Brad.
Well, that's a great response, Jason. This is Joe Serrar here. Welcome to the show.
Cheers, Joe.
You know, I'll tell you, your reply as well as Brad's kind of gives us a life's lesson to learn that sometimes the best, you know, way to solve problems is through communication. I wish some of the world's leaders would listen to our show and realize, you know, it's not always about fighting and you know, hatred and jealousy and greed, but just communication with one another, because, you know, deep down, people are good people. They're good-hearted, and I've had the pleasure of meeting you. I've had the pleasure of some lunches with Brad, and you're both very genuine, very real, very honest people, and a pleasure to know you.
Oh, we appreciate that. We do. And I think I just want to make it very clear that, Brad wears his heart on his sleeve. And I know because I've actually got a few emails from people saying, that was really unfair of Brad to blow you off when you try to apologize. And my response to that was, look, we're bowling for a potential $50,000. And, we only get 10 shots on TV. And if I happen to put someone off, and that's how they respond to it just by pure emotion, I'm not going to hold that against somebody because that's how they feel. I mean, he has his way to express what he feels, and that's what it was. And like I said, directly after the match, I told him how accidental it was. And I've seen the video, and some of the comments that people make are pretty unfair, but I just wanted to clarify that we bowled with 3 on a pair that game, and we were told that we had very little time. So as soon as the ball was let go by the opponent, we were to get ready. So at that particular time, I think I'd opened, and I just wanted to take a sip before I had to get up and throw a bowl. So I held the bottle in my hand and didn't unscrew it until the ball was halfway down the lane, but the bottle popped in my hand, and it only popped like once. The previous time, I was actually screwing the bottle top back on, and it made a lot of crinks. And he turned around, and I apologized straight away. But the second time, I heard it, and I was praying he didn't hear it. And then he called me out, and I went, oops, he heard it. And it was completely accidental, and I just felt miserable after that.
Right, and we could see that in your face as well as Brad feeling miserable that it happened. I wonder if the PBA is going to institute a new rule to where they eliminate, that thin plastic bottle and go to maybe a PBA-sponsored cup, just to not allow this to happen again.
Well, I mean, in the future, I don't think it's the plastic bottle that's the issue. I think the issue is making sure that the competitors are aware of other competitors and that what we're doing. And look, the thing is, I'm trying not to focus on my opponents while they're trying to bowl because I have a job to do. But at the same time, you have to be very wary of where they are, what they're doing, and making sure that you give them the best opportunity to throw their best shot. And on that particular frame, I didn't do that. So that's something that I'm obviously going to be very aware of in the future because, I don't think you should eliminate plastic bottles from TV because of this instance. I think it's just a little wake-up call for me in particular, but all the players to be very aware of our competitors and when they're about to throw a shot.